Okay, so good morning, everyone. So I don't know if you all noticed, but we got a memorandum about about developing a therapy for a group of girls ages 12 to 18 who have been sexually abused. Since then, their behavior has changed, and they are currently staying in our homes, which belong to our company. So they have asked us, a group of social workers and psychologists, to produce a particular group therapy to help these girls who've been through this traumatic experience. So I want to ask y'all, how do you think we can help? Any ideas on how we can help these young ladies? Like what group you think we could do for them?
Maybe a support group.
Support
Yes,
group, yeah.
sure.
A support group could work, you know. So I feel like we should do more. Support group or just support them. We should like go to the root of the situation.
Really try to help that trauma that they're through.
Yeah.
In that case, then a psychoeducational group won't be beneficial either.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
What what you guys think about a trauma focus group
You know,
therapy, a therapy?
that actually sounding good. That actually sounding good.
Makes sense too. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be the best fit for these type of girls.
So what
Okay.
At,
exactly is a trauma focused therapy group?
so as far as I know, a trauma focused therapy group is really a trauma informed group that is designed to attend to persons that have been affected by traumatic events. This type of group, they use bonding activities and assignments with formal therapy sessions to help each individual on their healing process as a collective rather than just an individual. According to the American Psychological Association Handbook of Trauma Psychology in the volume 2, this group therapy was developed from a formal diagnostics of PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, in the third edition of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders in 1986. This was created to respond to individuals who were experiencing or experienced traumatic events.
Yeah. I think I know about that, I think I know about that. That it had like I know of a cognitive therapy, yeah. A trauma focused cognitive behavioral therapy that was developed by Anthony Manarino and Judith Cohen, Esther DeBligger. Yeah, they were child and adolescent psychologists. So this would help because I mean we're dealing with children from ages 12 to 18, and that would help them out because I mean they had developed a book, I think it was, yeah, in 2016, based on the trauma focused cognitive behavioral therapy, and that would give us more insights into like the behavior and stuff like that that's happening with the girls. And two, if we want and we should, they have even a website that has like information on how to do the training and follow-up consultations for us who want to become certified trauma focused and cognitive behavioral therapists for this particular group. What do y'all think about that?
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
I think we should look in some more.
Well, from what I know about the group so far, I know that it have a lot of therapeutic purposes, such as it can help individuals to learn proper coping mechanisms in relation to their trauma and anxiety. These groups can also help the individuals to develop more positive responses to the trauma and even allow them the opportunity to see that they are not dealing with their trauma and the trauma responses on their own. Some of the strategies utilized in the trauma focus groups include anxiety and relaxation skills. They even do role playing and exposure techniques in these sessions to help the individuals create more positive responses. This group can also allow individuals to learn how to properly process their feelings and thoughts about a situation in an environment that seems to be very supportive and encouraging. All of these can help the individuals in the group live a mentally healthy lifestyle as they are able to address their trauma and trauma response with other people who understand the situation. Being around others who have experienced the same similar traumatic experiences and trauma responses can help to build a sense of belonging among these young ladies, which can subsequently reduce the rates of depression and negative life-altering coping mechanisms.
That
That
sounds
sound good?
good. Yeah, that working out what we working.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now that you all are speaking about that, it kind of bringing back to my memory about the components of the trauma focus group, which there are 8 components I remember, and they are all fit into the acronym practice. So for the P in practice, there is psychoeducation and parenting skills. So psychoeducation refers to the relaying of the information within the therapy session. So us as therapists, we will educate the clients on observed thought patterns, the trauma experience, a diagnosis of and statistics relating to the trauma, and the course of therapy specific to the client. This is an aid to help the client feel more in control of their situation and thus helping them feel less stressed. It can also mitigate any suspicions associated with their specific issue and can give them a sense of hope for recovery. When it comes to parenting skills, we can also get the parents involved in our situation. So this can be offered where parents would have parallel sessions in order to enhance their parenting skills when it comes to interacting with their kids affected by trauma. The R will refer to relaxation skills. So we as therapists will then seek to help the client develop relaxation skills in order to effectively deal with stressors related to that of the trigger to the client's traumatic responses. Then we go to A, affective regulation skills. So affective regulation skills are specific to each individual based on how traumatized they may be. So it is used by the client to help used by the therapist, to help the client effectively navigate their emotions and to understand them and to display the appropriate expression with their emotions. We go to C, cognitive coping skills. And this is what follows after the affective regulation skills, where the therapist will identify the client's negative thought processes and patterns resulting from the traumatic experience. And it helps the client understand where the thoughts may have come from, the feelings associated with those thoughts, and to understand behaviors associated with the trauma. Then we go to T, trauma narrative and cognitive processing. Trauma narrative and cognitive processing helps the client process and understand the traumatic situation in its entirety. And it allows for the client to creatively express their emotions associated with the trauma and to account for themselves what had actually occurred in that event. Then we go to I, in vivo mastery of trauma reminders. This process helps the individual who have developed a generalized fear and avoidance towards a trauma reminder. For example, if there is a girl that comes to us who has a fear of bathrooms because she has been sexually assaulted in a bathroom, and now she's afraid to go to the washrooms. She tries to avoid places where, like school, she's afraid of the washroom in school. She does not want to go to school at all. That could affect her entire functioning. So that we as therapists now have to come and help this client understand that not all bathrooms are evil or not all bathrooms are scary. She could understand that school is a safe space, and then she can be encouraged to confront the generalized fear and to unpack what is the underlying issue associated with such fear. Then we go to C again, parent and child sessions. So we can get the parents involved in our sessions, and then they are encouraged now to share sessions with each other, to confront the traumatic experience together, and to understand each other and develop better communication skills between each other as they move towards recovery. These sessions are integral in the development of the parent-child relationship, solidifying the parent as a support system to the child. And then we come to E, enhancing safety and future developmental trajectory. Finally, before the client moves on, they may need to develop safety skills to remain safe in the future. So the clients are encouraged to apply newfound skills as well in order to combat other stressors or stressful situations so that they can have the self-sufficiency to effectively navigate any situation that may come their way.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. Well, since we're all in agreement for the type of group, we should discuss the clinical application. And I believe the first step will be screening. So we need to screen the individuals to ensure that they are appropriate for the type of methods being utilized within the therapy session, as well as to if they consent to those methods. And then we need to confirm their physical and psychological well-being to ensure that it's conducive to and will not be exacerbated by the techniques which will be utilized in the sessions. So, how many clients do you think should make up the group?
I feel like it should
Personally,
be
I
a
think it
small
shouldn't be
amount.
a number greater than 10. So less than 10 at least.
Yeah, I think it should be a small amount, about four. Four could work.
That sounds good.
I find 8, the more people, the better, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, maybe we can settle for something in the middle. So we can go with 6 group members.
All right.
Okay, so we'll have 6 group members and 2 facilitators. And when it comes to whether it's an open or closed group, I think it should be a closed group after the first session. The group should have at least 16 sessions, with one session being held a week for 16 weeks. Each session should last approximately 90 minutes, and then the following trauma-focused sessions can be 2 hours long. When it comes to the components of each session, I think it should be at least 5 components, which should include the check-in, the review of previously assigned home-based therapy assignments, the content specific to that session, followed by the presentation of new home-based therapy assignments, and lastly, the checkout. Specifically looking at each session, I think session 1 will entail the introduction of the group members, the description of what the treatment will entail, followed by guidelines and rules for carrying out the sessions, and then education on trauma-related symptoms. Session 2 will include the discussion and demonstration of coping skills and techniques which group members can utilize going forward, both in sessions and at home, such as deep breathing, relaxation, and thought stopping. Session 3 will entail the description of the trauma scene, which will be utilized in the following sessions, and the group members should be allowed to develop a recovery plan to refer to after the trauma-focused scenes in case of the exacerbation or worsening of their trauma-related symptoms. Now, sessions 4 to 15, these will be the trauma-focused sessions where the group members will be guided by the trauma scene previously developed to in order to relive or review their traumatic experience. And each group member will be allowed to experience
this for 6 sessions, and then it will be repeated for each group member for another 6 sessions. These sessions, in addition to reliving or reviewing, the members will be allowed to not only focus on the events and the memories, but also to identify the way in which they are affected by the event, as well as to identify the stimuli associated with the event. In addition to this, they'll be able to focus on the thoughts and feelings associated, and the whole group can provide the member who is reviewing or reliving in this session with corrective feedback to help with the illogical or negative interpretations involving their guilt and self-blame. Session 16 will obviously be termination, and here the group members should be allowed to review their experience with the treatment, and if there are any unchanged issues, then they should be allowed to discuss how they will try to work on these issues going forward. And if needed, a facilitator will help them with constructing a plan for this. What do you all think about this plan? Is it solid? Do we agree?
Yeah, man, I agree.
Any
I agree.
Very solid. I'm
additions?
so on board.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so that means the outcome would be great because I mean, how long will we be spending with these girls with these sessions? I think it's at 16. How long do you think we'll be spending with these
16
girls?
weeks, yeah, that's 4 months.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good because we could like build a relationship with them and try to understand them better, and they will get like us really a sense of protection and stuff from us. That's true.
Yeah, they very much need that, especially in the situation that they have experienced. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And with that, we could also like so we could begin with the screening, and then we as our group, our team, we should really go into like training and relive or go back to our social work and psychology ethics and remember everything because this is something serious that we're really going to go into, and we don't want to like do anything that would make these girls feel a type of way. So like, but I feel like we could really do a lot. The outcome of this gonna be
and
really great.
it would. It
Mm.
would.
It's a lot of work, but I feel like
But it
I
would
can see
be all
something.
with to me.
Yeah, I can see something happening. So everybody
Yeah.
in agreement?
Yeah, I'm on board.
Yes,
Right.
definitely.
So
Yeah, I
we
am about
can,
to.
right. So we
I
could
definitely
start.
am board for them.
Nice. So we could start the screening from Monday and be prepared to
Yeah.
work with these skills. It's gonna be a long ride, but we're gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, yes. So with that, I want to say thank you for all of y'all to coming to this Zoom session to talk about what we did. We did a lot of work today. I believe that we did a lot and we had our information and everything, and I'm very proud of us as a team. And I cannot wait to see how successful, because I know it's gonna be a success. It's gonna be successful for when we finish working with these girls. These girls are going to remember us and they'll be able to actually, from when they grow up, they'll
Yeah,
remember us. They'll
I
remember
cannot
us.
wait to see the outcome.
Yes, yes, it's going to be great. So thank you guys. I hope y'all have a great day.
Same to you.
Same to
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.